You must be Robert.
You must be. What's the name again? What's the name again?
Come on, get it. You came to my house.
Only it was in the news every now and then.
It starts with a C.
With a C.
Yes.
Roberta.
No, that's it.
Caitlyn,
That's it.
Caitlyn.
How are you doing?
How are you?
God, I'm
So
glad you at
great
least
to
have a sense of humor.
I do.
Do you?
Some people think so.
It's
some people
kind
don't.
of sick, huh? Sick humor?
Sick humor.
Yeah.
It's fine, huh?
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
Right. I'm
no,
glad.
some people.
People take life too seriously.
I'm so happy you say this.
Yes, they take life too seriously.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy life. We're only here for a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But
people think it's going to last forever.
I know.
It isn't.
So welcome to my home.
This is great. But
yeah,
I mean,
we're kind of up on top of the hill with a big view.
So high up.
I lived, in Malibu for the last 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like I keep going farther and farther out. Now I'm on the far side of Malibu. I keep working my way.
At the peak, the highest
level. At the peak. But no, this is the house. I've been here a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Did
you buy it as is, or did you refurbish the whole thing and knock it down?
I pretty much bought it as is. I've done a few little things to it besides decorating. And but no, it's just pretty much the way it is.
It's beautiful. I love the style.
I am trying to put an extension onto the bedroom. The bathroom will be twice the size, and of course, the most important thing, the closet will be twice the size. Very important.
Now that you're out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No.
But I like this style because it's bright and it's light. It's open.
I like a view.
Yeah.
Although for the longest time I had to put up walls around the outside to block paparazzis from.
Because you're a little vulnerable here when it comes to that, right? Because
there are hills
everywhere.
It's illegal, but they would go up on the hills over on both sides with a telephoto lens, which is illegal to do, but they'd do it anyway.
Because they can't
sell it to those Europeans.
Those Europeans.
Here in the United States it's illegal, but they could sell it to like Great Britain and stuff.
So the British tabloids, they can publish pictures taken off you.
Well, put it this way, they did get a.
Let's see who this is.
Yeah. No, let's.
It's not your phone?
Oh, it's my mother. Would you like to say hi?
Yeah, let's say hi to Mom.
Hold on. Mom, here I am.
Hi.
Hi.
I really wanted to talk to you.
Well, wait a second. You're on camera, Mom.
Oh, no.
Nothing too personal. You can't do anything personal. I'm with Robert from the Netherlands. Where are you, Amsterdam?
Amsterdam, yeah.
He's from Amsterdam, and I'm doing an interview, and you called, so I thought I'd better take it.
So, Mom, feel free to say whatever you want because it's going to air in Amsterdam. No one's going to find out about it.
Yeah.
All right. Actually, I was just talking to Pam.
Right.
She was downtown getting carrot juice.
Yes.
She spilled in your car.
Oh, no.
Mop it up. Anyway, I shouldn't be a tattletale.
No, you don't want to be a tattletale, and...
Well, I already have been.
Yes, you already have been. Anyway, and we got it on camera.
You're obviously very proud of Caitlyn, aren't you?
Oh, I certainly am.
Wow.
I absolutely am.
I know. She's been my biggest supporter, but I'm cutting her off right now because we've got an interview to do. Love you, Mom. I'll call you later.
Okay.
Bye.
I know you're busy. Don't worry about it.
Okay, babe.
I do want to talk to you.
Okay, Mom. I'll call you back.
More gossiping coming up.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye. Oh, God. Mother. I know. She's the best. But anyway.
How old's your mother?
She just turned 91.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
And good health and...
Yeah, she's still sharp as a whip. And, well, she's had 3 hip surgeries.
Okay.
Fell 3 times.
And she loves to gossip and...
well, yeah, she loves to gossip.
You talk to her daily?
And she likes, at 91, she still likes her little cocktail in the afternoon.
Oh, she does?
Oh, yeah, she loves her cocktail in the afternoon. And she says that I only have one, but it's about the size of a Jamba Juice, okay?
It's like an aquarium.
Yeah. And
one glass a day.
She gets a little wobbly, and so she's fell a couple times.
Good.
So, but anyway.
She sounds like a laugh.
There she is. Actually, I was in your part of the world.
Oh.
I was in Great Britain 2 weeks ago. Here for the LBGT Awards.
It's kind of obvious that there are no Bruce trophies here.
The medal is hid away, and yeah.
It's very valuable. No, where's the medal?
No, it's in my makeup drawer.
Okay.
Yeah. But I have the ultimate double.
Right. Oh,
okay?
you do?
I do. I have the ultimate double that I hope nobody has to go through to match my double.
Right.
In the other room, I have an Olympic gold medal.
Yes.
Backing it up with the Glamour's Woman of the Year award. Now that's it. You can't get any better than that.
And no one can claim that.
Nobody can claim it. I
That
got
is
it.
you.
Yeah, that's me.
That
I
is
hope
you.
another decathlete doesn't have to go through what I've been through. But yes, the big
But
double.
you don't want the Bruce stuff here, obviously.
No, I don't. I've
Caitlyn,
moved on. Now
on.
Bruce lives inside, and
Right.
Caitlyn gets to live, and let's see what she can do. Bruce did just about everything he could do.
Yeah.
Raised a great family, won the games, conducted his life in a way that was admirable throughout his entire life, and did a lot. And it was
Interesting
just,
you talk about him in the third person. I mean,
well, it is. It's another part of my life. But anyway, and then it's, let's see, Bruce did everything. So there's nothing left for him to do, but just,
How do you picture Bruce sort of now? Do you see him sort of, like I said, I just joked, but retired, sort of relaxed? That's done.
He's fine. He's in there. He's still inside me, and still part of me. Still, I enjoy the same things, a lot of the same things I used to do. But that's a good place for him to live now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny you said her.
Yeah, I know. See, this is actually the fun part. These are racing trophies, racing cars.
You do that?
For years. Yeah, for years I raced cars, and I still do it. Just because you go through all this doesn't mean you can't have any fun.
No.
And I still enjoy the things I used to do. I fly airplanes, I race cars, I still do those things.
But that must be one of the most...
I just look a hell of a lot better doing it. Yes.
It's true, and the heels are better. Everything.
Yes, I know.
But here's the thing, you haven't changed.
No, I haven't changed. That person still lives inside me.
Yeah.
For the longest time, I always had Caitlyn living inside.
Right.
She was there, present every day. It's not like you can take 2 aspirin, get plenty of sleep, and the next day you wake up and you're fine, and this issue's over with. You have to deal with it your entire life. But I just got to the point in my life where here I was, 65 years old, and dealing with the same issues I was dealing with when I was 10 years old. My kids were all grown, did a wonderful job. My kids are all off, and everybody's working, and everybody's great. And I'm stuck back out here in Malibu, and for 6 years, a good 6 years, I stayed in a house right down the street over this way, and really didn't come out because I never felt like I fit in anywhere. And I thought, am I just going to rot out here or what?
You were just reckless.
And it just came to the point where I talked to all my children, talked to my pastor. Faith played a very big part in this, and just got to the point in life where I said, you know what? Maybe this is the reason God put me on this earth.
To do this.
Is to, 1, live my life authentically. 2, see if in doing this you can bring this issue forward. Times were different than they were back in the 80s. I had people that went out before me, Laverne Cox, Janet Mock, a girl named Gina Rosaro, and I thought maybe I should add my name to that conversation, And so I decided, okay.
We did it.
And then, how do I do it?
The rest, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
What else might be interesting?
Everything is interesting because the kitchen.
Yeah.
Do you cook?
No, I'm not a big food person. I watch my weight probably a little bit closer than I did before.
Yeah. You're not a foodie.
I'm not a big food person, never have been. And I really don't drink. I may not have a glass of wine once in a great while, or...
For some reason, I see you on
Actually,
TV
that did
a lot
change.
with a glass of wine.
I used to drink more beer. Now I don't drink any beer, and I just drink expensive wine. You probably know women like that, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
I don't know that many women who go like, oh, I love a beer. Most of them are like, oh, give me that nice Chardonnay.
Yeah, give me that nice Chardonnay.
So that changed.
Yeah, that changed a little bit.
So you see, we found something that is
that actually changed. But here's something you might like.
Yeah.
When I came out on Vanity Fair.
With the big shoot, the big Vanity Fair shoot.
Yes, which took place actually right here.
It took place here, huh?
But when I was already with social media because I didn't really have social media. Bruce never really did social media. I know, and I come from the most social media family in the world.
Like your kids altogether, how many followers do they have? It must be over 1 billion or something.
I don't know. On Instagram, I know Kim has over 100 million. Kylie's in the 90 millions. Kendall's in the 80 millions. Chloe's in the like 60 millions, yeah.
And Bruce never cared?
I never did any social media.
No.
But it was all ready because I knew I had to use social media once I went through this.
Right.
And so we had everything set up. So when the Vanity Fair article came out online first, I broke Barack Obama's record of the fastest, this is a Guinness World Record, the fastest time to reach 1 million followers on Twitter. 4 hours and 3 minutes. So it reached, yeah.
Quicker, faster than Obama.
Yeah.
And of course, your book.
The cover rocks. We did it here at the house. And I told the publishers, I said, this cover, if I'm going to be looking at it for the rest of my life, has to work. Okay, it has
to be A+.
It just got to be A+ on the cover. So they did, and I just love the cover.
Yeah. I see here some fan mail or some mail.
Well, this is the last couple of days. I get mail all the time.
Yeah.
When I came out, I got a lot of mail from trans women, and if they left their number,
right,
I would call them. I had never met anybody who was trans until I came out.
You're joking. But you never felt like, just hooking up with somebody or
no,
like...
No.
No, but
I couldn't.
You couldn't?
I couldn't. Yeah. Yeah.
If you saw a trans person on the street, you would actually cross the street probably. You don't...
Well, I just couldn't talk to them.
You can talk to them.
I was very curious, but I couldn't talk to them. Back in the 80s when I was really struggling, there was no information.
Right. No information.
Nothing. Zero. I had a therapist. It took me 6 months just to find a therapist who specializes in these issues. And then the internet came on, and boy, it changed everything. All of a sudden, you could sit there and get massive amounts of information. You could see other people going through the same struggle you're going through and how they dealt with it. There's a lot of kids out there that struggle.
Yeah.
Big time. Kids are identifying at a younger age because of the internet.
How old were you when you found out it was 10, right?
Well, no, because you know what? It took me an entire lifetime. Because you always wonder, wait a second.
So it's not this one light bulb moment, oh, I feel like a woman.
Okay.
I'm a woman.
Am I a cross-dresser?
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Is that all you are?
Do I just like wearing women's clothing?
Yeah, you just like you get a sexual high out of it or something like that. Is this really me? Or you wonder about all those types of things, and I could never put my finger on it.
There's never one moment, okay, I see it. It's a slow progression.
It is a very slow, for me, it was a very slow progression. As you read all these letters, everybody's story is different. You go on YouTube and there's thousands of YouTube videos of people who have transitioned. There's no right way to do this. There's no wrong way to do this. You got to do it your way.
Hey, look at your wine. Is this your little wine cellar?
Well, yes,
what do you drink?
I got a little chili wine. I don't,
You don't drink a lot.
No, I'm not into it. I think I've been drunk once in my life.
You have Dom Perignon.
Yeah. The only thing people said that to me.
It's 2003. It's a terrible year. Who sent it?
Was it? I don't know.
The person must hate you. Was it Chris? Was it Chris? Was it Chris?
It was. Okay. But actually, right behind you.
Yes. Is this the big one?
Well, no.
What's happening here?
3 days ago, that was the door.
Is that where Bruce is?
2 days from now, I fly my little plane up to Modesto, California, and pick up a little golden lab puppy.
No.
And I'm naming it Bertha. And they're building a doggy door at the bottom. So
nice.
Yeah. So little Bertha will have a way to get out.
So.
Yeah.
So here we're revelation. There is going to be a woman in your life.
There is going to be a woman in my life. Yes.
You see?
The perfect woman. She obeys me.
You see, that makes me a great journalist. I get these scoops. Oh,
no. I can see the headlines now.
Young people speaking their mind.
This is one of the reasons I love this house. I love a view.
Man, this is so beautiful. And it smells like the south of France. And that's very unique.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah. But we got the hills on both sides, and there's 5 houses on my road. And it's just a spectacular view.
So quiet. No cars,
so quiet.
Nothing, super quiet.
So this is what those damn paparazzis would do.
And where would they sit?
Over here. There's a little telephone pole. You see a little dip?
Oh, geez.
And that little box right there? There'd be 2 or 3 of them with telescopes. And then they got a picture of me walking around the corner from over on this hill, like 7 o'clock in the morning. So the guy hiked up really early, telephoto lens, got a picture, and I said, I can't do this. So I had a wall so you couldn't see through. So I could at least walk out to my pool.
The period where there was so much going on in news about you, did you feel like a prisoner here?
Oh, yeah,
times?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
I spent a lot of time in this house. I don't want to shock you, something we're not going to talk about. But I had a few things done
Yeah.
And I recuperated here.
Really?
Yeah, I don't want to
You're
shock
joking.
you. No, I did.
You've had some work done?
I did have a little work done.
Listen, this is another world
another
exclusive.
scoop.
Caitlyn Jenner actually had some work done.
I had a little work done, but not
You
much,
did?
but a little work. A little touch-up here. There's nothing wrong with a little touch-up. And by the way, we could do a
We
little...
needed, yeah, we did.
Yeah, we could do a little, we could do a little something with you. Yeah, we can do a little
All right.
something.
As long as we keep it to that, I'm fine.
Yes, we can do a little something. I've got all the people.
It is for the community. I mean, it's an expensive thing.
Let me tell you,
it's not
within
for
our
everyone.
community, and you know, so many of these young people get kicked out of their homes.
Right.
They obviously can't afford to do anything. I'm very privileged. I'm in
Don't
a
tell me how
position
much
to be able to do
you
it.
spend, but give me a ballpark figure. What if somebody wants to do it? What's the sort of funds? What's the number they got to
Some
come up
people
with?
don't spend anything. They just live their life authentically. Now, they may not like for male to female, their Adam's apple, you know,
Right.
and this and that, but they just said, you know what, I can't afford to change it. I'm okay with it. I just want to be myself. This is the SB.
That's the big one, huh?
That was the big one. That was my first public appearance.
Yeah.
But by far, my most important speech. I was so pleased the way it was received. We have a very marginalized community with lots of problems, especially for young people. And I didn't want it to really be about me. I wanted it to be about the community.
Did it go through your mind? Because these athletes, and you were an athlete.
Peers. I've been there many times
You've been
before.
amazing before, and you know.
But not in a perfectly executed Donatella Versace gown.
No, never.
That's
not
never.
publicly.
No,
not publicly.
Not publicly.
Privately, you
privately.
tried a few things on at the time.
I did try a few things on.
No, but you know the culture. Did you, at some point when you were making the speech, go through, what are they thinking right now? What is LeBron James thinking at this moment?
I couldn't look at him.
Couldn't look at him.
No, I knew I had a job to do.
Right.
I stayed up in my room in the hotel next door, and they snuck me in during the commercial break, just before I was going to go on. I really couldn't look at anybody. It was like all these people, my whole family, my mom, my sister, everybody's there. I really couldn't look and see where I was. They had a 13-minute video before I went on, and it was just phenomenally good. And I couldn't look at it, because if I looked at it, I would get way too emotional. And I couldn't get emotional at that moment. I just had to, one, get up the stairs and not trip.
Right.
I said, that would be the headline. Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Caitlyn, not good in heels,
If that had
in a
happened.
long dress. Yeah, she can't do it. She can run the hurdles, but
I mean, you'd still be hiding out here somewhere in the basement if that had happened.
So anyway, I got up there, and honestly, I got there, and I was on a teleprompter, and I know what I want to say, and just get it out. The tough part obviously comes when family, you talk about family. That was by far the most difficult time.
They were all there.
But I said yes, and I just said, hit it, and get off there, and breathe.
Yeah.
When I wake up in the morning, and I look in the mirror, I just feel good.
No.
I mean, it's very simple. I'm happy with myself, okay? But in doing that, it also causes other issues.
Yeah.
It causes issues of dealing with the community that I am a member of. The trans community is kind of where the gay community was 30 years ago, okay?
Yeah.
30 years ago, you didn't talk about it. I saw this, there's a weatherman in New York City, been there forever, Sam Champion. First of all, I didn't know he was gay, but he's talking about his husband. I guarantee you, 30 years ago, when he was getting that job, he kept his sexuality quiet. He hid it for many, many, many years.
Right.
Isn't it great that that community has come that far where it's been more and more accepted? They still have issues, but it's more and more accepted. That's exactly what I would like for the trans community. I've had little glimpses of what women in general go through in life. You know, they're kind of used to it because they grew up that way. I didn't grow up that way. Little things like stupid catcalls and just dumb stuff like that. Yeah.
It's us men again. We do it all wrong.
I know.
All right.
Yes,
it's our fault.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
That white male guy.
And you just think of it as, this is so stupid. I mean, I have a Porsche, and I'm there and looking good. I had a good day. It was a good day going.
Yeah.
And I'm come up and I'm waiting at the light, and this guy pulls up beside me, and he was like blowing kisses at me and all this sort of stuff. And I turn around and I kind of see him in the corner of my eye, and I turn over and look at him, and this guy's like, well, against the window.
Is it weird? Or is it weird?
It's a little weird, but I certainly appreciate it. I went my whole life not feeling good about myself, not feeling pretty, not feeling just the times I could go out and sneak around and do all that kind of stuff, which I did for years. And I know you're going to ask about dating, because of course everybody asks about, you want me to just do the interview for you?
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, okay.
Do it.
Well, on the dating scene, I'm really not. I've never been out on a date,
All right,
never
and now
do I
the
really
truth.
want.
Now the truth.
My entire life is so full. I don't know how I would ever fit anybody into it. And so I've been through all of that.
You say that to me, but I'll tell you, I'm an atypical interviewer.
Okay.
Because I was going to talk a little bit about dating, but my point was going to be, listen.
What was your point going to be?
Well, the point was going to be, listen, with all due respect, even though you look it, you're not a 16-year-old girl.
No.
So even though you look it.
Well, thank you. See, that's a compliment.
Yes, yes. So this talk about dating and all this, and sex, who you have sex with, I can imagine being you at the stage of life where you're at. You don't really think about it and sitting here looking at the clouds or looking at the Pacific, all horny, thinking about who am I going to bang now. No, you are at a different stage of your life.
Thank you very much. You're absolutely right. I look at, because I've got a lot of trans friends, very young, who are 18, 19, 20, gorgeous women. They're thinking about guys. They're thinking about, their life. They want to have a family. All those types of things, like any young person wants. Yeah. And I look at that, and I'm saying, it's tough for a trans woman dating. Eventually they got to tell the guy, well, I got to confess.
Yeah.
And they tell their story, and they lose a lot of guys that way.
People think about sexuality.
Yes.
They think you're a woman now, so you were married 3 times, kids, so now it's time for the man. Here we go. So that's the next phase of your life. You're going to be living with a man. But not necessarily so.
No, not even close.
Not even close? No.
Not even close. My life is full. I just have a lot of things that I want to do, and I'm not looking for a partner or any of that kind of stuff. Actually, Chris and I went our separate directions, and it wasn't for trans issues. I didn't think I'm leaving to go transition. I just knew it wasn't working there any longer, and she knew it also. And it was a very mutual decision. There was no fighting and no nothing. It was just like, okay, I'm going to go find a house. She found the house. She decorated the house for me and made it very comfortable for me. And then there I was.
Yeah.
Back in Malibu. Like I had robbed a house over here.
Alone for the first
totally
time in
alone,
many years.
And many years, on my own checkbook.
It must have been weird for decades, not knowing how much money you have in the bank.
I don't care about, I'm not a money person.
But you didn't even have...
I'm not a money person. I don't care.
Right.
I hate, bills and this and that and, worrying about money and this and that. So
apparently Chris has now taken that as a criticism.
Oh, of course.
And she says, well, you don't even know what a gardener costs. I'm
just sad that she has gone down that road with the kids. It's a reality show. Drama is important. But unfortunately, they're doing this drama at my expense. And if you notice on the show, I always kind of stayed in the background and never really expressed my opinion on things, because I was around a lot of very powerful women, and it was just easier to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
Okay, and move on and to the next thing. The book was the first time I had an opportunity to talk and to tell kind of not so much my side of the story, but how I felt about a lot of things. And it was extraordinarily honest, the book. I was extraordinarily nice to Chris. I say in the book how she saved my life. Right. I mean, I was going down, back in the 80s when we met, I was just struggling. All sorts of issues on identity and all that kind of stuff. And she literally saved my life. We met each other, and
it's interesting you describe it as a partnership, huh? As a partnership.
Yeah, it was a big-time partnership, but she led the
saw
partnership.
I could help you, and you were there to help her do her thing, become who she is.
And she was a Beverly Hills housewife when I met her.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all she was.
Not the businesswoman she is now.
No. And but she grew. She was very good at that.
Yeah.
And she grew, and we both grew together, and brought my career back, brought my credibility back. She did a lot of great things for me.
Yeah. And Kim is starting to use harsh words, though.
We don't even go in there.
No.
I love Kim. She's a great kid.
Yeah,
but yeah, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, that's not
I even
nice.
saw a promo today. Kendall was saying something, so it's kind of tough. Yeah, because it's not true.
No.
I was very nice to Chris in the book,
It comes across as a very functional partnership, and the intimacy wasn't there. I think maybe that's how she takes it, as like it's almost like it wasn't a real marriage, or it wasn't. There was no love. I think that's how she takes it.
You know what? I'm sorry she takes it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was a real marriage. I loved her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved her all the way to the end, and we just decided I still loved her then. She did a lot for me.
Yeah.
And even when we separated, it was sad to separate. But we just both needed to do it. We were both such in a different place after 23 years together. We were just so much different.
It's difficult to deal with for everybody, for you. I mean, for you to deal with all this, but also for your family to deal with, because you've completely reinvented yourself, which is something that's actually very powerful and great that we can do that as human beings.
Right.
But it takes a lot of adjusting for
Well, it does.
a lot of people.
When a person transitions, it's not just them transitioning, it's an entire family.
Right.
And they've been very good. They've been very much on my side. They were great when I, told them what's going to be happening. They were scared for me. They didn't want anybody, they didn't want me to get hurt. They loved me, and it could have gone any way. If when I came out, people could say, "Oh my God, what a freak!
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?"
Yeah.
I have tremendous personal happiness. Yes. I wake up in the morning and I just have a smile on my face and I feel good, and I just get up and go to take on the day. Yes. Is it all fun and games like that? No, you still have issues. You have kids, you have this and that, like any parent, whether they transitioned or not. I have all my family, I've got things going on, I got all that kind of stuff, and of course you always wonder, did you do the right thing, did you not do the right thing? You always have questions. But for me personally, and my soul, happy, baby.
That's very good, Caitlyn. I want to thank you for inviting me to your house. This
It was nice.
so great.
It was so nice to see you. You'll have to come back.
I will. I will.
Well, if I ever come to Amsterdam.
Please come.
I
hang
have
out.
never been to Amsterdam.
This is so weird because you've been all over the place.
I've been all over the
world.
place, never been to Amsterdam.
Listen, I invite you on
I was
my
in London
show.
a couple of weeks ago. It's not that far.
It's
What's
a 40-minute
the
flight. Next time, hop over.
Yeah, hop over. I got to come over. You got to show me.
We'd love to meet you there.
Yes,
We'd love
you
to
got to
see you
show
there.
me Amsterdam.
Yeah, I will do that. But thank you very much for your time. This has been very interesting. And yeah, I hope that everything works out well. Everything works out for the family.
Life's good.
Life is good.
Life is good.
And that's all that's important.
That's all that's important.
Thank you, Caitlyn.
My pleasure.